It has admittedly been a hot minute since I did a player pass video. I think the last one I did was for Ash Echoes all the way back in October, but here we are back with the first player pass brutal honest thoughts video of 2025. Today we're taking a look at Black Beacon. This is a game from ex-Punishing Gray Raven developers, not current Punishing Gray Raven developers. I know a lot of people have the misconception that this is Kudo and that this is a Kudo Games game. That is not the case.
I am obligated to protect you.
Thank you. No, I do appreciate that. Thank you. My goal today is to show you the basics of the game so you know what to expect. The style of game it is, the voice acting, and hopefully persuade you to pre-register for the game, maybe play the game. If you have not already, then I urge you to subscribe to my Stix Plays channel, where I will be doing a full dedicated review of this game specifically and have tons of reviews already, almost 20 videos as part of my Worst Gacha Ever series. I will include a link to that down below, but with that out of the way, let's jump right in. And I know you're already looking at this character and you're like, God damn, she looks really good. And that is because, god damn, the characters in this game look really good. Let's go ahead and here just take a look at a few of them. Here is Erishon. Phenomenal character with fantastic voice acting. Here is Nanna, yet another character that is absolutely packing and is arguably one of the coolest looking characters in the entire game. And yeah, I know you're looking at her and you're like, wow, I'm gonna be honest with you, I thought this too, a lot of people thought this too. There is actual character diversity, and I guess I can't really show you the characters properly from there, so we're gonna have to go on over and take a look at the archive. This is all of the available characters at present. There's Erishon. Here is Logos, who is also a Greek goddess, might I add. Here is Zero. This is a 4-star character, by the way. The vast majority of these characters are actually 4-star, and they look this freaking good. Like, these are your basic run-of-the-mill everyday characters. The vast majority of gacha games out there right now have characters that are max rarity that do not look as good as these characters. Well, this is actually a 5-star character. I gotta be honest with you guys, chicks in suits really do it for me. Once again, the 5-star characters look absolutely flawless. They are stunning. The 4-star characters as well look really freaking good. There are male characters. There are, at present, I believe 3. We have 1 5-star character. People are telling me that's a guy. That is a very attractive guy, if that is the case. We have Smash, and then we have Wuxi. And that is it for the characters. There is an elemental affinity system over here. Each character has their own elemental affinity. Characters specifically, as with every game, you can level your characters. You can farm materials for them. Every level boosts their stats. You can break through characters using materials that you farm as well. You can use dupes. Dupes provide a variety of different passive benefits. There is a weapon system. You can farm weapons. You can enhance weapons. You can break through weapons, increasing their rarity, increasing their strength. What this does is provide a statistical boost to your stats, and you use farmable items to do so. Currently, my characters are locked at level 40. My weapons are locked at level 40 because I need to complete, I think to be hit level like 30 or something. I believe like account level 30 is what I recall being the case. I might be wrong. There are skills. I currently have all my skills upgraded to level 3. Now, upgrading skills does cost skill pages, skill scrolls, and like everything, you farm these as well to boost them. There is an ancient mark, but it says I need to hit breakthrough level 2 for that. Unfortunately, I have not done that because it requires a lot of time investment, and I honestly don't want to spend too much time playing the game now because I'm gonna have to replay it all again at launch, and if I do that, I'm gonna burn myself out, and I don't want to. Now, there are apparently costumes. At present, from what I have seen, they are all just recolors, which is fine because I don't know how they're obtained, whether they're like farmable or earnable, or whether or not you can like purchase them with real money. But at present, there are recolors of all the characters present. The game itself features a main story. There are 3 chapters as of, what is it, the 10th of January, which is, you know, day 2 of the closed beta. Chapter 1 consists of 18 chapters, 17 normal chapters, 1 EX stage, or sorry, 17 stages, 1 EX stage. There are combat stages, there are story stages. Chapter 2 is where I'm currently at. I've cleared up to episode or mission number 9. The story chapters, just let me get this out of the way. The voice acting for that is phenomenal. Like, listen to this. Just take a moment and listen to how absolutely flawless the voice acting is for this game. Because I think they use the same voice actors for Reverse 1999.
Stars. They appear so distant, yet shine so brightly.
Your Majesty, Farhad requests an audience.
It is you, my most courageous servant.
How good does that sound? You know what? Like, that isn't even it. Let me show you another one. And you gotta check some of these characters out, by the way. Like, the males in this game are... Watch.
I'm grateful, Your Highness. If it weren't for your intervention, I might have been lost in that labyrinth forever.
Don't mention it. High Priest Mirari insisted on bringing the Emians along, and it turned out to be a wise decision. Otherwise, we would have been trapped on that endless stairway forever.
Speaking of Emions, I encountered a few of...
How good does this sound, right? How good does this look?
They also claimed that
like,
the ancient...
I gotta give him credit here. It is phenomenal. Now, the stages themselves, the actual combat stages, they are open and explorable. They have a certain number of chests. I'll go ahead and show you the combat, because the combat is action. It does take stamina to run a stage. You have 3 different characters. I accidentally went and decided to do the one with the trial Airshot, but I mean... that just means she's going to be weaker than my normal character. Thankfully, the game froze, which means I am now going to be able to reload the game and choose a different level. Now, unfortunately, freezes are part of playing a beta test. I'm not going to hold this against him personally. I've played way too many betas to expect really anything different. And the vast majority of stages are prefaced by a cutscene, a cinematic, something really cool.
You're just in time.
And I know you're looking at this and you're like, oh, are they Roman? And yeah, they are Roman. This game actually takes you all throughout time, which is kind of a lot like Reverse 1999, actually. And I think we've moved through 2-3 eras so far, and we're only like, I don't know, 2.5 chapters into the game. Now, combat is pretty basic. You have 2 different abilities. You have an ultimate ability, and you have a basic attack over by the right. You can dodge. You can do perfect dodges. Your attacks, for some characters, consume resources. Just looking at the combat, like, you're probably looking at this and you're like, oh my god, it is so fast and fluid, and that's because it is. It really is. The combat for this game is so good. Like, you can tell that they are ex-Punishing Grey Raven developers. Now, here's an ultimate ability for one of the characters. Now, this is a support character, by the way. Like, I just want you to know, I am destroying on a support character, which is absolutely freaking phenomenal. Like, she is so strong.
What are you waiting for, Master
It is
Director?
crazy. Here is Nanna in action.
Defeat the mighty Japheth phalanx at the peak of their power. Just activate your amazing time machine and make a quick escape.
The game is fully voice acted in English, as you can hear.
Looks like you're running. Anywhere will do. Just stop with the questions and do something. Just go to the future, like a month later. Let's get away from them.
I mean, like, really? I really have absolutely no qualms with the combat here whatsoever. It is arguably some of the coolest action combat in an upcoming, a new gacha game. It is genuinely that good, as you saw. So that is characters, that is upgrading, that is the main story, the main scenario, how you actually go about progressing in the game. There is a side story feature which you unlock after clearing, I think, like the majority of chapter 319. Yeah, that's pretty much when you finish chapter 3 entirely. There is the EX feature which admittedly I've done a little bit of, but these are just kind of like tutorial things where you can earn currency, and it's just not something I'm really interested in because it teaches you, you know, how to play your character. There is the resource section. I've only cleared like the easy stages because my characters are way too low right now. This is where you grind skill books. It's where you grind weapon upgrade materials, where you grind currency, breakthrough materials, level up materials. Like that is the bulk of your stamina consumption. There is a cash shop present, but since this is a beta, the cash shop is very limited. Like you can't really see anything. You can buy character dupes in the cash shop, which is always very good to see. The max rarity dupes, the 4-star dupes, and there's about what you'd expect here. Now, concerning the gacha, because I know this is kind of like make or break for a lot of people. At the beginning of the game, and I can't show it here, but when you start the game, you get a free SSR selector after doing 30 pulls. Now, you get given a lot of pulls. I mean, a lot of pulls. I managed to get, I think, Arishan as my first 10 pull, which was an SSR, a 5-star hero. And then you get to pick which other 5-star hero out of all the 5 stars that are available you want. I chose Nanna. So I got Arishan and Nanna. There are several different banners. There's the normal banner. This is the permanent banner. There is the event limited banner, the limited banner, and then the weapon banner. So beginning with the first normal banner, you are granted a guaranteed 5-star SSR hero at 70 pulls. The rate for unit acquisition is 2.18% for 5-star characters. That's the total chance. The event limited character is different to the limited character. The event limited character, currently Logos, is interesting because if you scroll down in the rules, you'll see that it states, evoking a 5-star character guarantees a 100% chance of receiving the featured rate up character. So when you hit 70 pulls, you are guaranteed the limited banner character. There's no 50-50 present. There is no having to, you know, potentially lose and then go all the way to 160 or 180 like in Wuwa, like in Genshin. That is a phenomenal change of pace. I am so sick of 50-50s because I lose all my 50-50s. Although my question here is, it does say evoking a 5-star character guarantees the limited banner character. So my question is, if I get a 5-star character in the first 10 pull, is that going to be her too? Because that'd be really cool. That I have not confirmed yet because I've only done 2 10 pulls. And you know what? Let's do a third one. To hell with it. Let's do a third 10 pull and see if we get lucky. Here we go. We did not get lucky. Rip. That's okay. That's okay. I didn't think we were gonna get lucky, really. I never do. Then there is this one, which is a separate banner. Again, 70 pulls to get a free to get a guaranteed 5-star character. However, there is a 70% chance that it will be the 5-star limited character. It also then states that if you lose your 70% chance, the next 5-star character you get is guaranteed to be the banner character here. The event banner does seem to last roughly a month, or, you know, like 3 weeks or so, however long the event or the patch lasts. This banner in specific lasts an entire year, so that's fascinating. And then the weapon banner, as you can see, oh, actually, I don't know if you can see half of this. My big ass head might be in the way, but I'll move out of the way so you can see it. There is a guarantee for your weapon banner, 50 pulls for a 5-star weapon. And if you navigate on over to the details, you'll see that whenever a 5-star weapon is obtained during retrieval, it will always be the selected target weapon. So it's a 100% guarantee for the limited weapon that you choose. You can pick any weapon here, any at all, which is actually really good. Not enough games let you do that. So you can choose the weapon you want and then just pull, and then in theory, the 5-star weapon you get is just gonna be the weapon that you wanted. And that's great. It's cheap. I have absolutely no issues with that whatsoever. Now, let's go over the events that are going on currently and that will probably be live when the game launches. There is the 7-day quest. Every day you log in, you'll fulfill a certain number of different objectives. You'll get a lot of juicy rewards. And then over time, over the course of the 7-day period, you'll obtain 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12 total pulls. 12 total pulls just for fulfilling these objectives, along with XP and juicy rewards. There is the Vision expansion, which rewards you with pulls for every 10 levels you achieve. You get 5 for level 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 total pulls. 50 total pulls, and then enough currency to do another pull. So 60 total pulls just by leveling to 55. There is the 7-day sign-in, which rewards you with 6, 9, well, sorry, actually rewards you with 10 standard pulls and 10 limited pulls. As you can see, there is an enormous amount of free-to-play friendliness just exuding from this game. But then there are all these other things as well, like character trials and everything that reward you with juicy goodies as well. Like, this game, man, it is so good. It is unbelievably good. The story for the game is one of the best stories I've seen in a beta test for a gacha game. The music is great. The combat is great. The characters look great. Like, everything about this game is literally a 10 out of 10. Like, I have absolutely no complaints. I genuinely don't. I think this game is going to be an absolute banger, but I still think it's probably gonna go largely unnoticed because it's not done by a major gacha studio, which is a shame. So my goal here is to let you know this game is really good and you should totally try it out. Completely unsponsored, by the way. Hey, where do you think you're going? I see what you're doing there. I see you navigating on over, scrolling on over to that X button. Don't you dare. What I need you to do is take a moment and click one of the videos that are about to appear as soon as I'm done talking. And trust me, you're gonna want it.